So yeah, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Released by Nintendo in 2020 for the Nintendo Switch, Age of Calamity serves as a prequel to the critically acclaimed Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. After how successful its predecessor was, it was only inevitable that Nintendo would further capitalize on the saga, especially after Nintendo had worked with Koei Tecmo in the past to develop Musa-style spin-offs such as Fire Emblem Warriors and the original Hyrule Warriors. And taking what they've learned from their past games, Age of Calamity managed to create a fantastic hack and slash game that incorporated mechanics from Breath of the Wild while also still staying true to the Muso formula. However, that isn't to say that the game did not receive some backlash, especially for its performance issues. I swear, every time I boot up this game, I can hear my Switch starting to tick. Oh wait, no, cool down, please. No, please, ah! But yeah, the story on the other hand is a retelling of the events that took place 100 years before Breath of the Wild. Even though these events are told to us in its predecessor, they weren't fully fleshed out, as most of these events were told through 12 short memory sequences. But now with the addition of Age of Calamity, I managed to find a new way to retell this fantastic story, by telling all of it through loading screens. But yeah, Age of Calamity tells the story of Link and Zelda as they embark on a journey across Hyrule with their friend from the future, in order to unite with fellow comrades and finally put an end to Calamity Ganon. For real this time. And during the game, you'll encounter friendly backslap, obnoxious birds, nutritious meals, Bananas Anonymous, Breath of the Wild trauma, daddy issues, talking trees, saving money on voice acting, bowling, towers showing up out of nowhere, finding out what Korok seeds are, and so much more. So, grab your popcorn and get comfy because this is a story of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. So Hyrule Warriors opens up 100 years before the events of Breath of the Wild in the Kingdom of Hyrule, which is not doing so hot as it is currently under siege by Calamity Ganon. Link and Zelda attempt to hold off the Calamity's forces when Zelda releases a light that awakens— Oh my god, is that a fucking spider? Someone get a gun! So this bite-sized guardian named Terrako opens up a portal to the past, which he jumps through, followed by some of Calamity Ganon's juices or wherever the hell it is. But yeah, back in the past, King Rome addresses Link and the rest of his soldiers, warning them about their upcoming battle against the Calamity. The king orders his soldiers to exterminate the monsters approaching Hyrule Castle, and during the battle, Link comes across a sleeping Terrako. Impa then arrives and accidentally tosses a Sheikah Slate towards Link's direction, which awakens the sleeping Terrako. After the battle, Impa observes the guardian but can't seem to figure out where it came from. They approach Hyrule Castle where they meet up with Zelda, who is glad to see that Impa's alright. Ahem, aren't you forgetting someone?
Yes, Your Highness.
Okay, well that's just rude. Impa proposes that they recruit Pure and Robbie to analyze the Guardian, and Zelda offers to accompany them to the lab. They set off for the lab, but along the way, monsters begin to block their path. They attempt to head towards a safe point when— Oh, what the hell? No, please leave me alone! Ah! Anyway, after taking care of the Guardian, they eventually make their way to the lab. There, Pure and Robbie extract Terrako's memories, showing a future Hyrule after the revival of Calamity Ganon. After seeing this memory, Zelda vows to stop the Calamity. Making their way back to the castle, King Rome is skeptical of letting the Guardian follow Zelda around as he reminds her how important her duty is. Zelda understands as she sets off to meet with a candidate to pilot the Divine Beast. So our heroes head for Death Mountain, a very welcoming name I might add, where they meet up with Daruk, who says that he'll never refuse a sincere request, so he's on board. Okay, well that was really easy.
There is one problem.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Daruk informs them he somehow drove the Divine Beast right into the middle of a volcano. Why are we letting this guy be a pilot? Come on, guys. So they head up and rescue the Divine Beast, and Daruk rewards Link with a tasty prime rock roast. Alright, Daruk, I don't know what you want me to do with it. It's a fucking rock! But anyway, our heroes then head for Zora's domain, where the king refuses Zelda's request for his daughter, Mipha, to pilot the Divine Beast. While Zelda attempts to convince the king, Mipha and Link run off to have a little date with each other. Alright, Link, seriously? That's a fish. What the hell is wrong with you, sick? Oh, hello there, handsome. They then receive news that monsters have infiltrated their domain and Mipha's brother, Sidon, is missing. Fighting through the waves of monsters, they find Sidon, who is defending himself against a Lionel. Oh yeah, no, I'm not dealing with those again. Good luck with that, Sidon. But yeah, after the attack proves how unprepared they are to fight the Calamity, the king allows Mipha to pilot the Divine Beast, with the only condition being that she returns safely. So, who's gonna tell him? She'll be fine. So moving on, the team heads for Tabantha Frontier, where— what the hell?! So yeah, Revali and his troops launch an attack on the team when Zelda pleads for them to stop. Revali explains that his troops have been attacked by a guardian that looks similar to Terrako and that they were wary of future attacks. Revali cuts to the chase and acknowledges how important his duty is to pilot the Divine Beast. However, he is hesitant to join their ranks because he believes that Link is a pathetic knight. So after having a little chit-chat with Raleigh, they eventually get his support. Now they head towards Gerudo Village when Link accidentally sets off the Gerudo's twink alarm system and they begin attacking them. They make their way to the throne room where it's revealed that the Gerudo attacking them were actually the Yiga clan disguised. Along with Urbosa, they fight back against the Yiga clan, causing their leader, Master Koga, to flee. Later on, the team meets Urbosa under the Divine Beast, who tells them that the Yiga clan is working to revive Calamity Ganon. Urbosa then agrees to pilot the Divine Beast and provide support for Zelda. Meanwhile, a mysterious person sees a vision of the future where Calamity Ganon took over Hyrule Castle and vows to not let anyone change its course. Back at the castle, Impa and Zelda seem to be upset that the king did not offer them praise for all their hard work. Zelda then talks with Terrako, saying that her father believes that her power is still dormant because she hasn't worked hard enough. She gets up and— Link, where did you come from? But yeah, the next day, Zelda and their heroes head off to meet with the Divine Beast again. Suddenly, the Yiga clan blocks their path when Soga, Koga's henchman, tells them that they have an order to kill Princess Zelda. They push back against their enemies and defeat Soga, leaving the town unharmed. Oh no, you know, let's just get out of here. Later on, the king orders our heroes to seek out the knight who could wield the Master Sword. Revali is honored to receive such a task, but questions why Link is leading them into battle, saying that I'd be happy to see Link's reputation fall once he fails. I swear to God, I will pluck everyone your goddamn feathers, you stupid bird! But anyway, Revali pilots the Divine Beast, and after engaging in a little deforestation, they make their way inside the Korok Forest. Once inside, they comment on how strong the fog is when— Finally! Wait, aren't you the Korok I fed shit to in the first game? So yeah, this Korok, known as Hetsu, guides the heroes to the center of the forest where the Master Sword waits. Once there, the mysterious person named Aster summons beings that resemble the four champions. Overcome by the power of these replicas, a beam of light shines from the Master Sword, which dispels these beings. Link pulls the Master Sword and uses it to push back against Aster, forcing him to flee. After the battle, our heroes approach a great Deku Tree, who tells them that the Master Sword is the key to defeating the Calamity. Making their way out of the forest, they begin to travel back to Hyrule Castle. Zelda appears to be upset that she is unable to awaken her inner power, which Terrako then attempts to cheer her up by playing a song. Just like Mother used to sing it. This song then brings back memories from Zelda's childhood of her hearing Terrako play the same song. This flashback is then interrupted when a horde of monsters appear before them. After fighting back, Zelda comments on how strong Link has become. Urbosa tells her not to compare herself to Link, reminding her of the Deku Tree's words of how she is where she needs to be. Later on, a ceremony takes place with the king bestowing the four pilots with the title of champions. Impa says that they now have all the pieces they need to seal the Calamity. Well, except for Zelda, because their power isn't plot relevant yet. Later on, Zelda analyzes a relic she found with her mother as a child when the king scolds her for not focusing on her mission. Zelda then pleads to him, telling him that it could help them in their efforts, and he eventually allows her to look into him more while telling her not to forget her duty. Meanwhile, Master Koga and the other one talk about how the Sheikah Slate Zelda possesses could reveal their location. Their attention is then turned towards Aster, who's just up to his normal bullcrap again and reveals that his guardian is possessed by Calamity Ganon, which Soga warns that Ganon cannot be controlled by mortals. At the same time, Zelda and her team travel to the tower in Hyrule Field and uses the Sheikah Slate to reveal a bunch of towers across Hyrule. They travel across Hyrule, activating each tower, and when they arrive at the last one in the Kala Citadel, they are ambushed by the Yiga clan. After the battle, they activate the final tower and Zelda comments on how beautiful the view is. You're right, Zelda, it is such a nice view. Wait, is that a guardian? Kira tells them that the towers were designed to scan the surrounding areas for the Calamity and it will allow them to track down their enemies. Now with all the towers activated, they use them to locate the hideout of the Yiga clan. And after infiltrating and smacking Master Koga around with a banana, he and Soga flee back to Aster. Soga is prepared to kill Aster due to this failure, however Aster says that doing so will be making an enemy out of Ganon. He tells the two that they need each other if their goals are going to be fulfilled. Later on, it's revealed in the fine print of some scripture that Calamity Ganon will return on Zelda's 17th birthday to give her a really nice present, which is a total annihilation of her kingdom. So sweet of him. So yeah, after hearing this, the king orders Zelda to train at the Spring of Courage so that she can awaken her power. Once there, Zelda is worried that she won't be able to awaken her power before the Calamity is revived. They are then ambushed by monsters, and Link and Impa guide her to Zelda, can you pick up the pace? They eventually make their way through the forest when Impa tells Zelda that she can live up to her potential because she saved all of them. Impa, what are you talking about? This girl took a nap in the middle of a battle! Alright, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to sleep in my freezer for the next 100 years. Good luck with the Calamity, everyone. Later on at the lab, Pyrrha and Robbie finish analyzing the Sheikah slate when they...
Stop right there.
So this is kinda bad, isn't it? With the Yiga clan holding them hostage, Pyrrha tosses the Sheikah slate to Terrako and it runs away. Over at the castle, Zelda notes that many people are putting their faith in her, and if she doesn't succeed, then she will let them down, their kingdom will be destroyed. But no pressure, sweetie, you got this! Our heroes then head for the Spring of Wisdom when they find Terrako, realizing that something bad must have happened at the lab. Well, things could be worse. At least Ganon isn't currently taking over Hyrule Castle. Oh god, why did I even open my mouth? They attempt to escape when Zelda is almost struck by a guardian, but is saved by the king. King Rome tells Link to take Zelda to safety, and after resisting, Link takes her away while a strong blast kills the king. Over on the fields of Hyrule, they come to find that Ganon had taken over the divine beast, and Zelda realizes that she had failed her kingdom. Terrako then attempts to cheer up by Terrako, now is not the time! A beam of light then shines from Terrako, showing that Ganon had not fully taken over the divine beast and hope is not lost. The party hurries towards the 4 champions, who are each fighting back against the Ganon Blights. When their efforts prove to be futile, Terrako calls upon heroes from the future to aid them in their battles. We have Unibo, the Hot Fish, Teba, Riju, and whatever the hell this thing is, I guess. And together they defeat the Ganon Blights. After the battle, they all comment how strange this is, but are thankful that they came to their aid. Zelda then informs everyone of what happened at the castle, and wasting no time, they head towards the Akala Citadel. Meanwhile, Soga and Koga are surprised to find themselves being attacked by Aster. Wow, the evil guy turned on you. I'm so shocked. Who could have seen this coming? But yeah, Soga tells him to escape, but Koga refuses, saying that he can't leave his best lackey. Our heroes now make their way to the Akala Citadel, which is under siege by the Calamity's forces. Mipha and Sidon used to free Divine Beast to carve a path through, and they eventually reclaim the Citadel. They also found Robbie, but they tell you that in the loading screen because he's not that important, I guess. But yeah, they learned that Pyrrha had made her way to Fort Aetna, which was overtaken by the Calamity's forces. Arriving there, they encounter Aster, who conjures up replicas of the Ganon Blights. Impa then attempts to take Zelda to safety, leaving Link to fend for himself. Yeah, no worries, I got this, Impa! However, Zelda breaks free, saying that she must act, and after doing so, bursts of light appears from Zelda, which destroys the Ganon Blights. With Zelda's newly awakened power, she addresses her soldiers, telling them that they finally have everything they need to defeat the Calamity. Took them long enough, god. Later on, she meets up with a soldier who turns out to be Koga in disguise. He then apologizes to Link and Zelda for his previous actions. You know what? It's okay, Koga, that you partnered up with the obviously evil guy who wanted to destroy the world, only to realize that you were wrong after he turned against you, which is what he was clearly gonna do from the start. It happens to all of us. But yeah, now with the Yiga clan on their side, they rush to their soldiers' aid on the Great Plateau. They run into a little issue though, being that the plateau is too high to reach. However, Pyrrha managed to reactivate the towers, giving them the ability to teleport. After clearing out the monsters, Zelda finds out that her father is still alive and rushes towards him. He tells her that the artifact she gave him protected him from the Guardians. The king then addresses his soldiers, saying that they are now ready to take back Hyrule Castle. Using the reclaimed towers, Pyrrha summons warriors from all across Hyrule to aid them in their final fight. However, suddenly a really long cutscene shows up out of nowhere, signaling that the blood moon has risen and Ganon is at his most powerful state. Traversing through Hyrule Castle, they come face to face with Aster, and after winning the battle against him, Aster denies that this is his destiny and summons Calamity Ganon. However, Ganon begins to corrupt Aster and uses him to reveal his true form. Ganon's malice then corrupts Terrako, and our heroes are forced to fight it after it attacks Zelda. After the battle, Terrako has been torn to shreds and Zelda cries over its corpse. Oh thank god, now I won't have to hear that cowboy song. Oh god damn it! Terrako's final song then triggers a memory of Zelda's of how Terrako used to sing her lullabies when she was younger until the king took it away so that she could focus on her training. Zelda, now really pissed off, kicks the ever-loving crap out of Ganon and they put an end to him. After the battle, Hyrule rejoices after the defeat of Calamity Ganon. Now that their work is done, the heroes from the future must say goodbye, with Zelda thanking them, saying that she'll always treasure their friendship. And with that, they return back to the future. Please take Rafali with you. The game ends with our hero scavenging Hyrule for parts to rebuild Terraco, and after doing so, Terraco and Zelda are reunited once again. And that's the story of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. So while the events of Age of Calamity didn't entirely follow through with what was told in its predecessor, where things did not go as swimmingly for our heroes as we would have liked, there's no denying that Age of Calamity did a fantastic job of introducing us once again to the Kingdom of Hyrule, and building on the characters and their relationships that we've grown to love. And although the gameplay wasn't just a copy and paste of Breath of the Wild, it really showed that the Muso formula can work with any series that Nintendo wishes to capitalize on. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and if you have any more questions about the story of Age of Calamity, or just life in general, please leave in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope y'all have a beautiful day!